Hey everyone, Rogue Leader here, and today I have a new and exciting video. Today I will be building a LEGO Star Wars MOC. I've had this idea for a while, and today I decided to set that idea into action. I'm going to be building a section of the Coruscant Underworld on this 32 by 32 base plate. Now I want this MOC to include a group of clones hunting down a Jedi during Order 66. I also want the MOC to include a bunch of civilians living their lives to show this is a heavily populated and dense area. I decided to build some minifigures for this MOC. The first one was this Jedi being hunted. I gave him some tattered robes as well as a hood so he could hide. I then went through my collection and found some random Star Wars characters that I thought would be a good fit. Then I built some of my own to further expand the population. I also built a really cool bounty hunter that I would be adding. While I may have a lot of figs for the civilians, my Coruscant Guard department is severely lacking. Luckily, I had 5 of the Clone Trooper battle packs that I could use for this. After I opened them up, I took out and built the shock troopers as well as the droids. The regular clones and the builds I just left in the bags because I didn't need them right now. I also went ahead and gave them an upgrade. I gave them all some Grandpa Clone Customs helmets and some brick arm blasters. I decided that it was kind of boring, so I went ahead and turned one of the troopers into a sniper. The last thing my clone squad needed was a leader. Luckily, the new Commander Fox from a few years ago can fill that void. But like the other clones, this fig has his fair share of problems, so I upgraded him too. Now that the figures are out of the way, I started working on the build. I used red bricks to lay out a design. I decided to go with 4 buildings and have 2 of them connected. After that, I started working on the first building. I decided to make it a sort of club or bar. I made sure to include a couple of really big windows. I also added these cool black pieces on the inside so that I wouldn't have to make the interior. I went with light gray color for this building, but I also added a balcony with some lights and a really cool neon sign to show that it was a club. Alright, so we've kind of made a mess of our area, but I have completed the this kind of corner area. It's kind of like a club or something, and I think we're gonna have this guy walking out of it when we get to that, and then we'll also probably put, I guess I should probably squeeze some black pieces here so that or like something so you can't quite see what's inside. That way I don't have to do all the detailing and cover up all the like the walls and stuff, or the pillars. So yeah, that's the first one. I really do like how this came together, the like kind of club sign on the corner. And then of course you got some blue lights going around. It's kind of boring, just gray, but you know, it's the color I wanted to use for it. And I'm glad I had enough pieces to make this like kind of sloped corner. That definitely looks cool. So next, I think we're gonna work on this, this building right here, which is gonna be like a mini bar, I think. So yeah. I ended up deciding to do the other building first, so I started that. I built up the walls using nougat brick pieces and added a cool electrical thing that I will have some people working on. I added a dark gray border and started the second story. For this one I decided to keep the brick aesthetic but instead make it olive green. I added more windows, which I made sure to add black panels on the back of them, just like I had done before. Before I started the building, I chose to do some of the road. I started tiling the alley, making sure to include both tiles and studs. I even added some dark tan spots to show that this is the Underworld and it's not very clean or well maintained. For the third building, I chose a dark tan theme for the restaurant. The build was pretty simple and went together quite easily. I only wanted to do one story so that I could have some rooftop seating. Okay, this building is pretty much done. Just need to do some topping, some like something up there, because I think that like this little area is where I want to have my bounty hunter guy, and he's going to be overlooking it or maybe capturing a target. But so we definitely want this to be like a little like patio, I guess. So we're going to need to build something. I am thinking I'm going to do something with these spring-loaded shooters, just because it'll help break up the build a bit more, because it's mostly dark tan and light gray for this, so that way it'll also get some dark gray in there, and then but it also, like, you know, stay with the color scheme.
So yeah, I think that's definitely what we're gonna go for. And then I started prototyping this building. I don't know if I'm gonna go this tall. This is, I guess, 15 bricks tall, but we'll see how it goes. And then, of course, we need to do the tiling. I think we can go ahead and do that tiling over there because this wall is not going to change. These two will be pretty much the same, and yeah, I don't think so. And then I need to, or not tile off, but put bricks in the four corners or whatever. And then, yeah, I can do that. And then I think I can do this because this red is the outline for that. So I might be able to just put in, I think I'm going to go dark gray for this last build. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, actually, I might even take one of these and try and give it a bit of an angle. We'll see if I can get parts to work my way. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah. All right, so I was talking about using this piece for maybe a cool little corner. I realized that in the space constraints we have, that corner is either going to make this wall right here super small, or it's going to come out super far, making the street area super small. So I decided to go with the smaller version, the 4x4 diagonal piece. That's working great, and we have managed to get this at an angle. We're just basically, if we just take this off, oh, this is obviously a very, very rough draft. It's not even on the base plate, but we're using some of those hinge pieces and then the cheese slopes, and then just putting this on snot bricks just at an angle, and it is working pretty well. And so yeah, and then of course it lines up almost perfectly with that, just a little off, but that'll be fine. And then all we need to do is basically transfer this onto that, swap out these for gray colors, pick out a side, or a not side, a accent color, and yeah, I don't know what we're gonna go with. Probably just looking at the parts I got here, probably light gray. I think will go nicely. I don't know where exactly light gray will go, but yeah, so that is the plan.
After figuring all of that out for the final building, I started adding it to the MOC. I also made sure to add some light gray pillars.
Okay, so I kind of forgot to hit record, but this whole thing's done now. You can see this is now in with the cheese slopes. That's got a nice seamless transition. You got a little gap here, nothing much we can do about that. Got some pillars here, one in the middle that's kind of more integrated into the wall, and then one that's outer and not flush with the wall right there, and then the second one there. But yeah, very nice. And then up here, I used some crates, just some nice, cool detailing. And then, so we got 3 of those there. And then I used some slight angle pieces just to get a nice angle all around. And then I did not do this side, but I have done this side just so it looks flush from here. So yeah, that's what I've done. So the last thing to do is tile off this and finish right here, and we are done. And then we need to put this sign back, and then of course add the minifigures in. I will probably just go ahead and finish this. Oh, I did add a balcony up here. Looks very nice. Just a couple bricks. Yeah, not too much. But yeah, so we'll add the minifigures and or actually I'll probably just do the pieces and then finish everything, and then I will time lapse adding the minifigures, and then I'll show you the final result.
After everything, I then finished up and added the tiling as well as the figs, and now we are done. Let's take a look at the final result. Alright, here is the completed LEGO Star Wars Coruscant Jedi Order 66 hunt, whatever you want to call it. But it is now complete. I'll now briefly take you through it and explain everything that's going on, because there is quite a bit of stuff. Alright, so the main, of course, part of the MOC is the clone troopers led by our Commander Fox right here, hunting down our surviving Jedi, escaping from the Jedi Temple. You can see his uniforms, or his robes, have got a few burn marks. Of course, that's the Obi-Wan torso, and he's got his lightsaber out and his hood up, ready to hide away or fight back, whichever he needs to do.
And here you have Commander Fox with a couple Coruscant Guard shock troopers hunting him down. And then up here you've got a shock trooper sniper and a shock trooper interrogating this guy, seeing if he's seen anything suspicious or any treacherous Jedi. And then we have 2 more shock troopers coming in for reinforcements. And you can see that this guy, kind of hard to see, but he is not happy that these guys have just come in and pushed him out of the way and started making a scene. He's not very happy. And then we got 2 more shock troopers coming down this alleyway right here. And all these guys are kind of looking around, a little confused why are there so many clones here, but they'll figure it out soon enough when the shooting begins. And then some other kind of like just side stuff. We've got this little raptor I found in my collection. It's now some sort of Coruscant pet I made, or like not pet, but like, you know, just some rodent living in the Coruscant Underworld, of course, where this MOC takes place. You got suspicious drug deal going on. You got this guy, he's getting some nice gold credits to this guy for some death sticks. But these guys, these Coruscant police troopers, they do not care. They're prioritizing capturing this very wanted fugitive. You also got some homeless guy. He's, you know, living on the street off of some chicken, I guess. And he's, you know, got asking for money. He's got a few coins in there, some gold and silver. So I guess he's doing pretty well for himself, but not as well as our next guy, this Quarren, who is paying his meal with a nice purple coin. So that is very nice. He's got some chicken and a glass of something with the waitress bringing another glass. You got some more people just looking around. You got these guys having a conversation. You have Andor and Luthen, you know, planning how they're gonna overthrow the Empire. And then of course you have the bounty hunter who has tracked down his bounty with the little thing from that was seen in The Mandalorian. I did give him a cape. I don't know if I showed that, but I gave him a cape. And yeah, he's got that guy. He's about to either die or be imprisoned or something. And then you do have some construction workers just kind of doing some repairs. You got some safety stuff up, and then the 2 repairmen, one with a backpack and a chainsaw, and the other one with a wrench just overlooking, waiting to be needed. So yeah. And you can kind of think of this as maybe like a not central power station, but like a community power station that runs the kind of area. Then you got maybe an apartment above, then some sort of building, and then like a cantina bar area with above with roof seating, and then like some sort of nightclub, dance club, something like that, with people coming out of it, and of course this giant red and yellow sign. So very nice. And I'm actually very happy with how this turned out. I do like a lot how I managed to get this angle. You can see it is, of course, the angle I've practiced, or not practiced, but, you know, worked on building for quite a while throughout this video. And this guy keeps falling down, but oh well. I also really like the wall, or the kind of balcony piece, you know, using those spring-load missile shooters, lining them up. That looks great. And then the blue ones over here, I do like that I tried to give each one its own unique feel. Like this is more maybe run down. That's more of like a vibrant and eye-catching because it is a club. This one feels like an old Western cantina, but like futuristic almost. And then this one feels like some sort of important building, you know, maybe like a bank or like some sort of like business type thing. So yeah. Anyways, that is the MOC. Let me know what you guys think. And if you guys like this MOC, there will be, or like just me doing MOCs, there's quite the surprise for you later, hopefully. I am going to be starting a much bigger MOC that I haven't really seen many people attempt. Or a scene that I haven't seen many people attempt. So yeah, hope you look forward to that. And see you guys next time. Subscribe, like, and bye.